Global warming, the big lie, the climate lie, and the green power grab. Hoax, Felix Exposé. Disclaimer: this video is a work of commentary, analysis, and opinion based on publicly available information. It is produced for educational and journalistic purposes under the right to freedom of expression. Article 10, Human Rights Act, 1998. The views expressed are those of the creator and do not claim to represent absolute fact. References to individuals, organizations, or governments are made solely for the purpose of public interest discussion. No allegations of illegal conduct are intended or implied. Viewers are encouraged to verify all claims and conduct their own research before drawing conclusions. This content does not promote hatred, harassment, or unlawful activity of any kind. They say the science is settled, but science is never settled, only politics is. Tonight, we strip away the noise and look at what's really driving the story of global warming, the science, the history, and the power that hides behind the slogans. Part 1. Earth's Forgotten Rhythm. For 4 billion years, this planet has been a furnace, an icebox, and everything in between. Volcanoes once poured out more carbon dioxide than all modern industry. During the age of dinosaurs, methane from swamps and herds filled the air. Yet Earth balanced itself through oceans, rocks, and plants that locked carbon away. Every 100,000 years, orbital shifts pull us into a deep ice age, then back out again. Every 400 to 500 years, smaller pulses, mini ice age cycles, cool the northern hemisphere. The Roman warm period, the Dark Age cold, the medieval warm, the Little Ice Age that froze the Thames. History's climate chart looks like a heartbeat. By that rhythm, we're overdue for another cooling swing. Nature wants to chill. Politics wants to heat. Part 2. The war between sun and CO2. The sun is not a constant bulb. Every 11 years it breathes. Sunspot maximums and minimums. When the spots vanish, solar energy dips. The Maunder minimum of the 1600s lined up perfectly with Europe's Little Ice Age. Today, solar scientists see the same pattern returning. Solar cycle 25 looks weaker than expected. If the trend continues, the 2030s could feel that chill again. Yet official models barely mention solar cycles. Why? Because sunlight can't be taxed. Carbon can. CO2 traps heat, yes, but history shows temperature often rises before CO2 does. Climate is complex, but politics loves a single villain. Part 3. The big warming business. Enter the 21st century. Net zero becomes a mantra. Governments throw billions into green bonds, carbon credits, and subsidy empires. Banks rebrand as saviors. Every new regulation, every tax, every permit, another market to trade. Meanwhile, the working class pays. Electricity bills at record highs. Industries shutting down under energy costs. Dependence on imported materials from regimes that don't share our environmental standards. This isn't a war for the planet. It's a war for profit margins. Part 4. The cost of virtue. Look around. Europe once built steel, glass, and cars. Now it builds policies. Factories move to cheaper, dirtier grids overseas, while locals get lectures about turning off kettles. Ordinary families are told to buy electric cars, while the lithium comes from child-mined pits. Wind turbines spin on rare earth magnets forged in coal-powered foundries. That's not hypocrisy. That's the design of a global supply chain where virtue is outsourced and guilt is monetized. Part 5. The science they skip. Let's return to the evidence you rarely hear. Dinosaur methane. Hundreds of millions of tons a year. Volcanic carbon dioxide. In pre-industrial times, far greater than our yearly output. Wildfires. Natural carbon recyclers that predate humanity. The difference today is speed, not existence. We've concentrated a geological process into a century. That deserves smart policy, not blind panic. Instead of nuclear expansion, grid investment, or realistic hybrid systems, we get slogans and penalties. When debate is banned, bad policy multiplies. Part 6. The mini ice age clock. Every 400 to 500 years, cooling returns. The last little ice age ended around 1850. Add 5 centuries. We're due around the middle of this one. Signs are whispering already. polar vortex events growing harsher, Atlantic circulation wobbling, sunspots declining. Whether it's decades or a century away, the chill always comes back. And when it does, today's energy strategy will look like madness, a civilization that dismantled its heaters in fear of heat. Part 7. The Green Power Grab. Power follows money. Money follows fear. Climate panic has become the perfect tool for both. Every crisis expands authority. Carbon budgets decide what factories can run. ESG scores decide who gets loans. Sustainable behavior trackers decide what citizens should buy. What began as environmental care is mutating into economic control, and the loudest voices at summits fly in private jets to tell miners, truckers, and farmers to sacrifice more. That isn't science. That's theater. Part 8. The people pay the price. While elites trade carbon futures, millions choose between heat and food. Fertilizer costs explode, harvests shrink, protests rise. Developing nations are told not to use the coal or gas that once powered the West's growth. It's a new kind of empire, built not on armies, but on regulations. Real sustainability means affordable energy, secure jobs, and independence. Anything less is politics in green paint. Part 9. The Reckoning to Come. Nature doesn't take sides. If the sun cools, we'll freeze. If it warms, we'll adapt. But when the next cold snap arrives, and it will, the same leaders who promised endless heat will ask for even more control to keep us safe. Remember that moment, because history will show that fear, not carbon, changed civilization. Conclusion. Felix's warning. Don't let them sell you the weather. Don't let billion-dollar lobbyists tell you that poverty is virtue. The planet has survived asteroids, volcanoes, and ice ages. It will survive us. The real question is whether we survive our own arrogance. The next ice age may not come tomorrow, but the economic winter has already begun. Don't obey. Don't panic. Think. This Felix. See you next time.